thank you, and they get woken up tomorrow.
So, more adventures. The tow truck company, AAA, their tow truck broke down. The place that they called to pick us up.
You know what you can't do?
It broke it down. I could put it up there. That would be convenient, wouldn't it? Anyway, it broke.
Okay,
they don't have to see me. It doesn't matter. It broke down. So then they didn't tell us right away. So we were sitting there for like an hour. So Mom finally called, and whoever she talked to didn't put the notes in. And then somebody called us 15 minutes later, like the original lady we talked to, and told us it would be another 90 minutes. So they offered us a what did they call it? Unassisted. Unoccupied or
unassisted
tow.
Yeah.
So we could leave the key underneath the mat and leave the car there, and they would tow it for us, and we wouldn't have to wait because it like we all had to pee anyway.
So it was also 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it's 1 o'clock.
It's actually
1:30.
Excuse me, it's 1:29.
Yes, and so we decided to go eat since we're all awake, and Mom thought that was a joke. That's kind of funny.
I did too.
After she said she was hungry. But anyway, so here's where we're at. Look at crazy hair. Yeah, crazy. Adventures, definitely adventures. But Maya learned how to change a tire, and
I learned a lot of other things.
Yeah.
How to swear.
How to swear.
How to not. I wore a very nice protective green vest.
How
yes.
to not
it was very
fly off the road and freak out when your tire goes flat.
There you go.
Nope, I was perfectly calm and collected.
There you
That's
go.
what you learned. You learned to be calm.
All right.
I also
Or later.
learned that I don't.
Hi guys. So it is like 3:40. I've been home for probably an hour, just trying to relax a little bit. And just watching YouTube, and it's just been just a lot. This whole year has been just a lot. I just wanted to come on and I know one of the comments I got recently was that they appreciated that I was honest with you guys, like with my health and my family and what's going on and how I'm feeling. I just gotta tell you, it's been a lot. And I try to be positive, and I try to remain calm. And I try not to cry because then it just dries out my contacts, and I really hate wearing my glasses, so I really try not to cry at all. But I'm always thankful. Like tonight when we went and picked up my sister and my nieces, you know, they were able to pull over when their tire blew. My youngest niece was the one that was driving. She's only 16, 15. So she was able to get the car over. They were able to change the tire and get a spare on, and were able to make it down the road to a gas station where we were able to meet them. So they were safe, you know, but they were fearful the whole time because they're, 80 mile an hour on an interstate. So, and then with the delays, like previous to this, you'll see that we had delays with the AAA, so they weren't able to come get us. I mean, we got home okay. It's just, I think my mom is getting more and more stressed, and I'm trying to I'm just trying to remain level, There's a lot of times where I'm absent emotion because I'm just trying to
to maintain. But it's really it's wearing on her, and I guess all of us in general. It's just so much. I mean, how do you deal with losing your husband and then your mother and your ex-son-in-law and like, and everything is breaking and having to fix it all. And then I mean, when prior to that, we took care of Dad for over a year, and she was taking care of a broken arm. It's just been so much. And her health is it's not deteriorating, but it's not great. And it's just, she hurts so much. Her knees hurt, her back hurts. And and between my health issues and my sister's and I try to be there for my kids and for Donnie, and a lot of times I'm just absent because I'm just trying to, get through the days. And so, and normally, picking up a crochet hook would be the first thing I would do, and that does help a lot. Doing the crochet does keep my mind, just focused on that. And I probably should have just came home and picked up a hook and watched YouTube and not just sat here. But instead I grabbed a cup of coffee, and then I watched Refined Vibes birth story, and that made me think of my birth stories. And then I watched Kelly Hogan's carnivore thing. I highly recommend her channel if you ever watch her. But she was a big girl like me and lost all that weight, and I look at like my legs, and then I remember my dad's legs, and I looked at how tiny my grandma was, so I'm thankful that she didn't have this. But I'm just, all this stress, like, it's hard for me not just to want to binge eat everything, like everything. I really want to, but I know that if I started, I mean, it literally could kill me. So I know I can't. And I suppose telling myself that I can't and I shouldn't, and I need to be here for my kids, is part of what's keeping me alive. But like, the girls got there's something called yo nuts, which is like yogurt and donuts combined, like ice cream and donuts combined. They went and got that, and they got some other stuff, and they brought home a bunch of candy, and every part of me wanted candy and party mix and donuts and all that stuff. And I just, you don't need that. I just kept telling myself that you're not hungry, you're full, you just had hamburger, you just had this, and you don't need it. And I wasn't hungry. I didn't need any of that. And I did have a few cheese curds, which I shouldn't have the breading. But I mean, I'm trying. We've got a lot of family drama in our family. I hate that. I hate that when family passes away, that there's, hurt feelings or anger or whatever. And I keep just trying to remember, that person was good to me at one point, right? There was happy memories at some point in those times. And I'm trying to remain positive for me and for them, and just to remember that part of it, not the angry part, or not the reason why we're not, talking, or why we butt heads or different things. We just all have different views and opinions and hurt feelings, and life just changes. And I was trying to explain tonight, that God puts people in your life for a reason, a season, a time, a minute, a second. He can take them right back out again. And there's a reason that they are out of your life again. There is a reason, my oldest daughter's dad took his life when she was 9, and that changed her life forever. It changed my life forever. It changed this little sweet girl's life forever. But there was a reason, and I don't know what that reason is, and Lord knows it's taken me so much to even figure out what that reason is. And I'm just still angry with him. And sometimes with God, even though I know that's not. It's just what it is. But she's had her own battles and struggles with suicide attempts, which again has affected me as a mother. I have PTSD from that constantly. As a mother trying to protect her, and a mother trying to protect my other children. And then, having things like my brother-in-law die basically of alcohol. And my nieces losing their dad because he chose alcohol. There's just so much, there's a reason, but it's really hard as a mom, as a wife, or as a daughter to know what those reasons are. And that's why I just try to find the positive in why they were in our lives, whether it was to teach us a lesson, to give us love, to show us kindness. You just have to figure out, okay, they were in your life for that reason, and they're gone. We were, as a family, we were blessed to have my grandmother for 99 years. She's, not many people can say that. 99 years. My mom right now is 69. So her mom was 30, my mom is 66. So her mom was quite a bit older than her, right? 33 years older. She waited to have kids until she was older. And there's 2 more after my mom. So me having kids late, I guess it runs in the family. But I'm trying to remain positive. I'm trying to stay ahead of my mental state, I guess. I'm trying to get more sleep. But it's a struggle. And then on top of that, we are struggling all of us are struggling financially. I mean, it's just the financial burden of everything that we've had in the last year is just, I don't know if astronomical is a good word for it, but we were already, low class, paycheck to paycheck. And then on top of all that, all this other stuff through this last year. I mean, we don't get food stamps because Dawn makes too much and we have 4 kids. And I don't mind going to the food giveaways. I don't mind that at all. That's not an issue. We have food, or I can find, resources for food. It's just like all the other bills and all the other things. And, then with Ashlyn's car, the tire gauge thing came on when they were coming into Sioux Falls, and, they checked the tire and filled it up, and it looked like it was just fine. And then that's why they left. They left because they thought it was okay. It didn't lose a lot of air while they were here. And then it blew like 20 minutes out. And my tires and my back tires, I honestly, I do look to see if my tires are flat. I kind of look around the car every once in a while to see how my tires are and that there's plenty of air in them and that kind of thing. But I never really looked at the treads. And 2 weeks ago, Donnie says, Amber, your back tires are bald. Like, they're completely bald. And I'm like, what? I look at my driver's side and there's still a little, there's still a little tread, right? Like, there's some ridges. And I've never really paid attention. I drive my car and I get in and I get out and whatever. Well, just tonight, I went to go get gas. And I went around on the passenger side, which I never get on, right? Like, I'm a driver. I'm not a passenger. I don't ride in my car. I drive my car. I went to look, and because I was looking to make sure, and you guys, the passenger side, the back tire is completely bald. Like, there's no tread on it at all. It looks like the whole thing melted into one little flat. It's like flat as a baby bottom. There's no ridges at all. And I'm like, holy shit. I've been driving back and forth to Aberdeen, and we've been going different places, and like, that could have busted on us at any time, and I didn't look. And both cars need an oil change, and I'm just glad that my mom's car is working. I mean, knock on every piece of wood that we have, right? It's like, I feel like I've failed, because as an adult I should be able to afford to get my tires. I should be able to afford to get my oil changed. I shouldn't have to worry about, all that stuff. And I know that life happens, that, just hits you in the face. And I guess the other blessing is that we are going to, like I said earlier, we are going to Aberdeen on Saturday for the funeral. And we are able to, hopefully, God, Lord help us, that we can get Ashlyn's car fixed, because they're taking my mom's car home tomorrow. So, and that's the only car with good tires between the 3 families. So, we need to find a way to get Ashlyn's car fixed so Mom and I can go to the funeral and drive. It's 3 hours, plus it'll be another hour to Ipswich and back, and then back again home. So we need a car with good tires, and like I said, I'm glad my mom's car is working. And, you know, she always keeps it up to date. It's just, my brain doesn't stop. Like, I go from subject to subject. And I can't, like, it just doesn't shut off. So there's a lot of times when I just sit in my chair and watch YouTube. And I'm just paralyzed and can't get out. Like, I know I should be getting up or I should be crocheting, or I should be, you know, cleaning the house, or I should be sleeping, and I'm just paralyzed. I can't go anywhere. And I know my reseller my reseller family understands that paralyzing stress of the work and the, you know, the schedule and the lack of sleep and, you know, worrying about money and worrying about that you have the product and did it get shipped and did it get there, and, you know, so I know that you guys understand that part of it, and it's just, I always tell my kids that we have a house, we have food, we have heat, we're safe, and I guess we're blessed. We're blessed that we have family and each other. It's just really, it's just hard. It's just hard some days, and anyway, yeah. My brain does, it's really hard to focus, but I get so nervous, you guys. My security blanket, I always kid Jacob about his jacket being a security blanket because he never takes it off. He wears it everywhere. My security blanket is chewing on my finger brace. I chew on the end of it. And I don't chew on my nails. I really don't. I put pressure on my nails, like I'll bite down. But I've found, like, this poor ring brace, I've bit down on it so many times it's flat at the end. Just like a kid biting on everything. Isn't that silly? But I do have to tell you that we were blessed at our breakfast this morning. We had a wonderful meal. The waitress was so sweet to us. She was very kind and funny, and we had a good conversation. We laughed at each other. We picked on each other. We did finally, like I said, got home. I dropped off my mom and my sister and nieces at the house. They're gonna sleep for a few hours and they'll leave in the morning. And while we were there, before we left to go get Jess and the girls, we had to take out all the stuff for Goodwill out of our car, and so we had room in the car, so we left it on the curb. And when we got back, Jessica decided to go curb shopping and took some stuff out. And it's funny, the stuff that I didn't want to give up, like, I didn't want to give it up, but I knew that I just had to get rid of the stuff, is some of the stuff that Jess took. Like, some of the stuff that made her smile and giggle, and so that made my heart happy too, is that at least it's going to somebody that will appreciate it. And, you know, it's not necessarily about the money, giving it up. It was just that I knew that was something good, you know, like it was a product that was worth keeping, and some of it was brand new, you know. I hate throwing things, like, that's just not in me. I'd rather reuse it or repurpose it or give it away or whatever. But anyway, so there's that. But if you guys will just continue to pray for our family, I'd appreciate that. You know, pray for my kids and my mom and my nieces and my sister. And I'm very blessed to have Don, and that he's so understanding. So because not every partner is understanding when you have family problems, or when you're, you know, you just have to go and take care of stuff. I mean, they're just not, you know. But he takes care of the kids when I have to go somewhere, and it's just been a blessing for sure. So our roles are kind of reversed, you know, when I was pregnant and, you know, had 4 kids under 5. You know, I was full time doing everything, like changing all the diapers and staying up every night and doing all that stuff. And I did that, you know, for 6, 7, 8 years in a row. And then you know, once Connor turned 7, I guess, and my dad got sick, our roles kind of reversed. You know, he was more of, I was able to put down that sword, I guess, you know, of the main caretaker, and kind of became my parents' caretaker, or however you want to say that. I don't know. But I guess I'm so thankful. So thankful. And it could have been different, you guys. It could have been so much different. Had he not chosen to get sober, it could have been a lot different. Our life could have been so much different. And I'm so thankful that it is the way it is, and that he is here for his kids. He's here for me and for my family. We're just so blessed. So blessed. So if you're out there right now struggling to make the hard choices, whether it's for your health or for your faith, or just everyday choices, it's hard. Usually it's 1 step forward, 2 steps back. That's how our family is. But eventually you'll get there. And I know, like, my weight loss struggle right now is a huge amount because of stress. It's absolutely stress induced, and I'm sure my cortisol levels are beyond whatever, and I know that I'm not getting the sleep I need, and I'm sure that's why it's stalled. But I'm telling you, and I'm telling you this so you can keep me accountable, that I'm not gonna quit. I'm gonna keep on doing what I have been doing for the last 1.5 years, and I'll keep telling you guys the truth and what's going on. Crying, tears, ugly face, all that jazz. So, if you stayed with me this long, I don't even know what to tell you. Put it in the chat. Put this in the chat. Put the shush emoji in the chat. If you watch to the very end, put the shush emoji in the chat. And then I know that I'm very blessed that you took the time to spend 30 some minutes with me, listening to me complain and bitch and moan. And I'm not trying to complain. I'm just trying to speak it out into the universe. It's hard to be I don't know. It's hard just to it's not hard to be a caretaker. It's just hard to manage all the extras when it just seems like there's so much extra. But I'm doing it. And I'm still laughing, which I think is the best medicine that there is. And I will continue to laugh. Like I said, this rummage sale, we had lots of good conversations with lots of different people. And one of my bingo friends came over and we had a very long conversation. And we both cried and laughed. And I think that's just part of life. You just gotta laugh so you don't cry is what I was telling my mom all weekend. And unfortunately today I lost the battle. But I still laughed today. And I still had lots of laughs. And I'm still thankful and blessed. And I love you guys. I appreciate you watching. And hopefully you can take something out of this. And maybe not learn something, but at least maybe understand better other people and situations and life struggles, maybe. But I will talk to you guys soon. I hope you have a great day. Love you.